This game impresses with its design and variety of mechanics, the presence of different types of weapons and opponents.
The graphics in the anime drawing are not for me, but the picture is good.
This is Metroidvania and a bagel in one, which hints at repassing after death.
So you're looking for a new game to buy on Steam, but you want to make sure that it's a good one. So what do you do to make sure you're buying something that's worthwhile? Well, you just check the reviews, right? But Steam reviews have become a problematic place where it's not just people's opinions on a game. They're riddled with jokes, copy pastas, and even flat out fake reviews that may have been paid for. So how do you decide what to buy and what kind of effect do these reviews have on what we buy? Hello, my name's Haelian, and today we're going to do a deep dive on Steam reviews. We're going to discuss the different issues that plague the Steam store and the review system and what you should look out for as a consumer when you're looking to buy a new game. I got lots of different examples to show you, so let's get started. First, we need to discuss what Steam reviews are and are not for. Obviously, we can say that it is a place to voice your opinion on a game, good or bad, and I think we can agree that that should be the majority of reviews. Now, I don't expect every single person writing a review to give a detailed essay on Choo Choo Survivors, so it's not surprising when we see a lot of reviews that simply say, good game, in order to make the positive review number go up. Sometimes we like a game, or at least would recommend a game, but don't want to spend the time to leave a detailed account as to why. Chances are there are many other reviews that have already done so I can't blame you for it. I mean, what's the point of me throwing out a detailed review of Portal 1 on Steam in 2023 exactly? So this is the type of review that we want to see for games, right? But it feels like these reviews are possibly not even the majority. Instead, we get a bunch of garbage like funny reviews. I don't know why Steam has allowed us to mark reviews as funny, since this really shouldn't be a place to practice your stand-up routine. Not to mention most of them are out-of-date memes or basic one-liners, but I guess that's partially just me being a crotchety old man. Don't get me wrong, if someone manages to make me laugh while convincing me on a game for good reasons, I'll be appreciative. But the latter needs to be the priority in order for this review system to work. Now you might be wondering why people bother to leave funny reviews, or otherwise useless ones, and the answer is Steam points. That's right, you could be surfing Steam in style with custom avatars, backgrounds, and wait, that's it? Steam points can only be used to customize the look of your Steam profile and other meaningless features. No, you can't buy games with Steam points, believe me, I tried. But facts like this never stop people from trying to earn useless internet points elsewhere, I guess. Now you're probably saying, Haelian, those aren't fake reviews though, and you're right. But it does segue into our first type of fake review, the copy pasta. You see these everywhere, especially in popular games. These weirdos will just insert some bogus story about being an old dad whose son doesn't love him, but this game brought them together or some bull. As if Choo Choo Survivors could ever make my son love me again. These reviews are so annoying and people are still falling for them even though they've been around for years, but they're really only there to get some upvotes and rewards. Not necessarily to boost a game, so to speak. I don't really see these as problematic for the Steam system, but more so as a disturbing commentary on how humans decide to spend their time. These reviews do, however, contribute to the much larger problem that Steam is facing with its review system, though, that we need to talk about. But let's get into that a little bit later and keep going with these reviews. Next, we got the classic dev review. This is a positive review left by someone who worked on the game or knows someone who did and thus got a copy for free just to leave a review. These reviews typically appear on day one of the game's launch, praising it up and down, and have probably no other reviews on their account. Now, if they disclose that they worked on the game or are somehow affiliated, I have no problem with these reviews, and I actually find them quite interesting a lot of the time. It's worth noting though that Steam has a specific rule against artificially influencing review scores, and it just really depends how many of these reviews there are relative to the total number of reviews. For example, if a game has 100,000 reviews and 100 of those were left by the dev team, that's a drop in the bucket. However, if a game only has 25 reviews and 5 of those are from the dev team or someone else associated, it kinda just feels like they're trying to get their rating up, and it's just a different story. There's nothing wrong with promoting your game, but the review section is probably not the ethical place to do it. And that's not even to mention that if you're trying to pass yourself off as an independent reviewer, then you are pure scum. Now, this might not affect the majority of Steam users, since most of us wouldn't even bother to look at games that aren't free-to-play, first-person shooters, city builder, survival Souls-likes, but falsified reviews definitely aren't helping. Now you might be saying, but Danny Boy Toy, don't you have to say that they got the game for free if they were given a Steam key? And the answer is just no. Just don't check the box off and you can pass yourself off as a Jimmy Joe game reviewer. There are actual examples of developers being caught leaving positive reviews under false pretenses and thus having their game removed from the store entirely. I definitely don't want a good game to get removed over something rather small like this, but I'm also kind of proud of Steam for taking such a hard stance against people trying to game the system. But on the other hand, you can just go out and buy reviews. That's right, you can just go ahead and purchase reviews for your game, and Steam is absolutely rampant with these. You can literally type buy Steam reviews into Google and boost Choo Choo Survivors into another realm. Typically how these work is you just give them the URL to your game's Steam page and pay them enough money to both buy the game and pay for their time. Chances are they're purchasing games while having their region set to somewhere where games are a lot cheaper too. One website said it was charging $20 for reviews but wouldn't say how many you'd get or really give specific details on the pricing. They even let you choose what type of review to get for your game apparently, but who is ordering negative reviews? Actually, this is kind of alarming because people could choose to spend money to review bomb a game if they so wanted. Now, they claim they are 100% legitimate and honest reviews because if you order 10 positive reviews, one might be negative or something. But you're still letting us choose that they're mostly positive reviews, so what? I think they're trying to argue that you can essentially pay to have people play your game and then judge it on Steam, but if you choose to get mostly positive reviews back, then obviously they're just gonna do what you want. And then another website wouldn't even give me an estimate, but their description of their product leads me to believe that the reviews they'll be providing won't be the most passable. I mean, who types like this? It sounds like someone Google translated a ChatGPT review through 3 different languages. So even that first website that claims legitimate reviews, something tells me that this is the kind of review quality that you're going to be getting. You can spot these kinds of fake reviews pretty easily once you know how to look for them. They always start with this awkward synopsis for the game like they're a high schooler reviewing Shakespeare and just want to hit 500 words.
Death or Treat is a beautiful 2D action roguelite platformer and hack-and-slash game developed and self-published by Saona Studios on the Steam platform on the 12th of May 2023.
I mean, no human being actually sits down and writes out reviews like these. I just look at it. Now, I found these reviews popping up more and more as I surf the new releases trying to find the next hidden gem. It's become a real problem for me and other clickbaiters because I feel like a lot of these games just end up wasting my time more than anything. And even though they claim these reviews are legitimate, they're just 100% useless and really serve no purpose for us as consumers. I've seen games over 95% rated, but they're just covered with these types of reviews because I guess no real players have bought into the game and left one. Obviously, they didn't have a lot of reviews, but this just kind of ruins the whole thing, and I can't really decide if this game is worth my time. And even if you did buy the game and try it, these fake reviews may kind of gaslight you into thinking it's a you problem. Like, how can you not like such a highly rated game? I'm sure we've all been in this kind of situation where you convince yourself to spend more time on a game just assuming that it's going to get better if you play more. Instead, I just spent 4 hours grinding this damn train game for nothing. Well, now that you understand the problem, we can finally discuss the symptoms. You see, buying games on Steam is easy. It's easy to find a good game with a good reputation and often for a good price. So there's really no reason for most people to check out games with very few reviews. However, even for the masses, fake reviews are raising all of our standards. That arbitrary review score that we expect from games has been slowly creeping up over time. Maybe we used to be content with playing a 70 or 80% rated game, but with these fake reviews, I don't know why you'd settle for anything less than 90%. And then the developers are also in a hard spot. As time goes on, more and more amazing games are available to us. And sure, some games get older and maybe they don't age very gracefully, but I think this factor gets diminished as more indie developers come out with bangers. Games last longer and hit harder than ever before and have more replayability. So how does a new developer get any attention with their unknown game when there is a sea of amazing games available to everyone? And this is who the fake reviews hurt the most. Honest, hard-working developers just trying to get Choo-Choo Survivors up on the board. As more fake or useless reviews enter the market, we as consumers need more assurance that what we're buying will be worth it, which means we're going to take less risk.
I guess we'll just have to rely on YouTubers for game recommendations even more now.
Now don't take this as me trying to convince you to go try out some random Steam game with no reviews. Take it as me saying, be careful. If you are one of those good few that take a chance on small-time developers, you deserve to get your money's worth. And this is why I highly suggest taking advantage of Steam's automated refund policy. If you've owned a game for less than 2 weeks and played for less than 2 hours, Steam will give you a refund if you ask for it. No fuss, no argument, just fill out the simple form and you'll have your refund almost instantly. This is important not just for your wallet, but to send a message to the developers that you did not get what you were hoping for. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this bagel. Thanks so much for watching.
Here we go.